Hello lovelies and welcome back to my channel. It is Tea Time Thursday. Yay! So first things first, today's tea is by Twinings or Twinings, however you want to say it. It's green tea with jasmine. Last week, well 2 weeks ago, was green tea as well, but this has jasmine in it, like two of my favorite tea flavors in one bag. Today, I just got back from my doctor's checkup appointment. If you are new to Tea Time Thursday, there's a playlist linked below the other two previous Tea Time videos, so you're kind of in the know. I'm sorry if they go long, there's just a lot for me to say. So I went to my doctor's today, and surprise, surprise, according to her scale, I dropped 22 pounds. Now, 2 weeks ago, I said I lost 4 pounds. That was according to my digital scale, which I'm thinking maybe I need to replace it or find a new spot for it, or maybe the doctor's scale is tweaked with a 10-pound difference. I'll just say, according to her scale, when I first went into her office in September, I weighed 300 pounds. And today, when I was weighed, I was 270 something. Like, okay. And of course I have been, like, it's not totally out of the blue because I've been trying to lose weight. I have been dieting. I've been doing more exercising, but that was just a lot more than I thought, because I don't feel like I've lost 22 pounds, but on my body, maybe I wouldn't feel like I have. I have to just keep going at it. Now, according to my scale, when I weighed myself in September, it was 290 something. And last 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I was at 280 something, 87 something, like 287 point whatever. And then in between the past 3 weeks and now, my scale went back to 290. And then I weighed myself this morning, it was back at 287. So scales are tricky. I want to believe the doctor's scale, but either way, I have lost weight, and I still do feel pretty good about myself. I feel like I kind of have more energy, except I got a cold. I don't know why when I start to, like, work out, you get a cold. Like, I'm trying to be healthy, and it's like an oxymoron somehow. So basically, the doctor and I, what we have agreed with is to still not go on the birth control pill, because I would still have to lose the weight, and going on the pill can still mess with your hormones, and that can prevent, like, that can make it even more difficult for me to lose weight. So still no birth control. Pain wise, I haven't been having much pain in November. I have been, like, the past 2 days, and now, because I'm probably going to start my period tomorrow, and that's like more kind of a cramping pain. But the pain is nowhere near it was when I went to see her in September, where the pain was just excruciating and unbearable. And now I feel like I kind of have a little bit of a handle on it, as much as I could. I can't control the pain. So what my doctor and I agreed to do was for me to continue the weight loss. She was very proud of me, and I was shocked that there was like a 20-pound difference, and she said she could tell. And so the plan is for me to go for a follow-up in February and try to get 250 pounds, 250 pounds, and then keep kind of going in increments of 20, because that is the healthy way to do it. And that's what she said. She was happy that it was like 20 pounds, because that shows a difference, that I'm not doing something so horrendous for myself by, like, having to be 2 months and losing 50 to 100 pounds, because that's not right. These things will always take time. It's painful and aggravating. I know you want, like, a result right away, but little steps at a time before you can see the whole bigger picture. And for now, when you're trying to lose weight, don't think about the bigger picture. Take it like a day, a week at a time. I think I'm going to start weighing myself every other week to see if there's more of a difference, so I kind of don't feel defeated in a way, because there was some times where I'd be weighing myself every week or every couple of days, and you know, there's no change, or there's half a pound gain, and I would like feel bad about myself, and there's no reason to, because when you're working out and when you are on a journey, a weight loss journey, you're still gonna gain pounds before you lose. That's one of the most important things to remember, that depending on what kind of exercising you're doing, you are also building up your muscle mass, and that's gonna add more weight, and some weight is not necessarily bad weight once you gain it. So overall, the doctor and I agreed to keep doing what I'm doing with my exercising and my eating. There's a lot more exercising I can do. I started pretty strong, and then the past 2 weeks I haven't really been doing yoga or anything like that because I got a cold, and then I was having a lower back pain, and it's just really difficult to exercising and feel the burn and then be sore because of that, like, exercising, but also having an additional pain that is not due to exercising, if that makes any sense. Before, my height is 5'10", so she said my goal weight is about maybe 180 to 200 would be pretty healthy for me. And I know, like, the internet and everything says 170, but I'm good with 180 to 200. I am so not okay going anywhere near 300 pounds. I am okay being a little bit under 200 pounds. I don't really recall me ever being under 200 pounds. I was an average sized child. I wasn't ever overweight as a kid. I was just average. And then when high school kind of hit, like my senior year and freshman of college, when I first started doing a JC, junior college, that's kind of when I noticed I was always going in between the 250 to 300 marks. So the heaviest I've been is over 300, and the lightest I've been in my adult time has been about 240, and that is over a course of like 10 years, I want to say, so quite some time. And my mom always says it took you 26 years to get to this weight, so just, it is gonna be hard, because that's 26 years of one lifestyle. And I did eat pretty healthy growing up, not, you know, not the healthiest of forms, but we were poor growing up, and so not the healthiest like some people, but not the most unhealthy like most people. As I've said before, I don't drink soda, I don't do fast food anymore. Maybe every now and then, and by now and then I mean like every other month, I'll have some McDonald's fries, because you just get that craving, and that's okay to have every once in a long while. So I've always kind of been a bit conscious as to what I eat, and now I just had to get myself to exercise more. So this whole meeting with my doctor today kind of inspired me to tell you guys what I have been doing. And disclaimer, this may or may not work for everyone. Every body type is so different. It depends on where you're living, what your lifestyle has been like now and growing up. There's just so many factors that do play into weight, and I don't think a lot of people understand that. It can always depend on your different cultures, how you were raised, depression, things like that. So what I've been doing since September, I'll be sharing with you guys. And again, this may or may not work for everyone. Keep in mind that I am doing this the healthiest way. I am 26 years old. If you're 12 or 14, don't try all of this. Just your body is still growing. Just remain active and try and stay away from soda and sugary candies, because I know that's really hard, especially when you're younger. It doesn't get any better when you're an adult. So just keep that in mind, that we're different age-wise. It's a difference. So, and you don't know until you try, but I just want to encourage you guys to be safe and be healthy about this. Go see a doctor if you're having a serious weight issue. Talk with your parents. So I'm just going to jump in with what I've been doing, what I've kind of switched about my dieting, and what I've been doing exercising. And first I'll talk about the exercising. Okay, so exercising. First things first, this past 2 weeks I was walking a lot. There was at least four days where I hit the over 10,000 step mark, and that is the healthy, ideal, how many steps you want to take goal. That is about 5 miles, and it seems like a lot, but when you live in a city, it's not really hard to do. It's just about me trying to get out there and having time to go do it, and you know, the weather and my classes and all that stuff. So walking is super important. That seems like it has been said a lot, but it's the truth. Another thing I've been doing, should get back to doing, is yoga. I like doing downward dog, upward dog, crunches, leg lifts. I like doing the side leg lifts. Excuse me. And when I'm kind of in the girly push-up position and doing leg lifts like that, like up and down, if that makes any sense. Maybe when I get the confidence, I will film a little bit of my working out, but that's probably not going to happen for a while, but we'll see. So plank is incredibly hard. If you don't know what plank is, I'll insert a little photo, not of me, right here. It's a lot difficult than how it looks, so I try and do 3 sets of 10 seconds, because that's all I can hold to right now, and crunches / sit-ups, things like that. And that was when I saw the little bit of a weight difference when I was weighing myself. It's about feeling better about yourself. Sometimes you just gotta ignore the scale. Okay, food-wise. First I'm gonna drink some tea. What I have been doing, you not only want to keep track of your calories, but you want to keep track of your macros, and I've talked about this before. The most important macro that you should be intaking every meal, that should be the highest amount, is protein. You need protein. It's good for you. It helps burn the fats. It keeps your brain working. It helps you function. You need protein. And then carbs, and then fats. So what I've done is tried to take more protein intake and less carbs, less fats, or at least try my best to burn those off. So as calories are important, nutrients is the most important. You don't always want to be looking at the calorie label. You want to be looking at the sugar, the fat, the vitamins, the proteins, all the other stuff. This is kind of what I've been starting with, and so far I think it's kind of been helping me in that sense. Talk about supplements. I don't know how I feel right now about overloading on supplements. It's probably not a good idea. Food, you need it, so I think you should try and keep all your nutrients that you're getting from food, not pills. But some people maybe they don't like a different kind of food, so they're missing an important nutrient because they don't like that food, such as fish. So fish oil pills, I've been taking 2 at every meal every day. And I used to take these before, and as I stated in my last video, when I was taking these, I didn't have any kind of pain, and then I went off of them for like a year, and then, I started having pain. And for the past 2 weeks, I have been on these, and I want to say it has been helping cramp-wise. Omega-3 is an essential. You need it. Okay, so one thing I read a lot about online and talking to a nutritionalist is if you have PCOS, you want to kind of switch to gluten-free. Now, I'm not going 100% obsessed with gluten-free products as some of the rest of the world seems to be doing, but I am taking it into consideration, along with staying away from some dairy products, no added hormones, things like that. So I have been switching to almond milk. I really like it so far. It's not upsetting my stomach in any way, and it's healthier for you. And there's been a whole lot of controversy with milk from cows, and if that is something the humans should be having, because most of us are lactose intolerant, so there's probably a reason for that. So I would highly recommend almond milk or soy milk, that kind of milk, if you have a problem. Continuing with the gluten thing, now I'm not perfect. I still have to snack. I still get salty and sugary cravings, and that's always going to happen. And sometimes it is best to give in to the sugar and salty cravings, but in moderation. Like I've said before, follow the serving size number. That usually tells you how much you can have in each serving size. So this is 14 crackers, and with 14 crackers, it's 130 calories. Things like that. So I discovered these gluten-free multi-grain baked crackers, and they are pretty tasty, I gotta say. I think I want to get some hummus with it, but I know hummus is not super healthy, but it is something I really like. But this really does hit the spot with, if you need salt, it is 250 milligrams of sodium, so that's 10%, and that is the highest percent number on here. You got to be careful with sodium, and it's everywhere because that sodium helps preserve. And another thing I have been eating is kind granolas. This is my second bag. I have another one that's practically empty. It's not peanut butter. That one was cinnamon apple something, but this one is peanut butter whole grain cluster, and I grabbed this because this is more protein, where it has 10 grams in it, and it's gluten-free, non-GMO, has the 5 super grains that you need, no trans fat, so all kinds of goodness. And for that sweet tooth, I've been trying nothing but granola cookies. It's chocolate, coconut, almond, all natural, egg and butter free, wheat free. And I think wheat kind of goes with the gluten, but don't test me to that. So 2 cookies is 140 calories, only 7 grams of sugar, 3 grams of protein, 65 milligrams sodium. So these sound pretty healthy, and they don't taste like crap. Like, they're actually really good. So I've kind of been on a bit of a granola kick. So one of my main sources of protein for a snack has been salami. I have about 5 to 10 pieces. It is very high in fat, but you also have to remember fat is good for you as well. Your body needs it to absorb it, and then you're supposed to work the excess off. So salami is a great choice. This is Columbus Italian dry salami. And when I haven't been drinking water, and yes, I have been trying to do 2 liters of water a day, because that is approximately 8 to 9 glasses. And for me, it is recommended to have 8 to 10 glasses, and I've been kind of between 6 and 8 lately. If you want me to do a segment on what your pee says about your hydration, let me know. Poop too, what poop says about your health. I know there are some videos out there, but they're from years and years ago, and I can say, oh, yeah, that's true. So when I haven't been drinking water, and water is what I mostly drink, I drink tea, obviously, mostly green lately, and jasmine and raspberry leaf. And then I started getting on the Odwalla protein shakes. I'm going to be honest with you, they're shit. The superfood, like original protein one, I could not finish because I kept gagging after 2 normal sips, drinks, whatever. So the only ones I can kind of stomach and actually finish the whole bottle is the chai vanilla protein and the vanilla protein. Like, this is the only one I can take. This has a whole bunch of protein in it, and calcium and vitamin B and a couple of sugar, but again, sugar is natural. It's really all about moderation. I can't say that enough. And then I have to admit something to you guys. I am still drinking Starbucks. But, okay, so my normal order is a grande caramel frappuccino, extra caramel, and no whipped cream. The no whipped cream thing's been going on for about a year because that's extra calories, and I know if you're drinking a frappuccino, just take all the calories. No, calories make a difference. Like, there's like 70 in that whipped cream, and plus it makes me all phlegmy and this weird film in my throat. And I like whipped cream, but not with... It's like more dairy on top of dairy. I don't need that. So I've switched, or not switched, but I've switched the milk to non-fat milk, and I think that has been working pretty well. I try and stick at a tall, a grande every now and then. I will have a venti, but lately it's only been a tall or grande. And one thing I should have probably told you from day one when I started tea time, I do have heart palpitations. I was diagnosed with that in the summer. And heart palpitations is kind of hereditary, like my mom has it, and there's no need to really be scared about it, depending on your symptoms. Like for me, if I just had too much caffeine that day and I'm laying on my left side, my heart would kind of be like fluttering and beating really fast, and it's kind of just, it's not painful, but it's irritating. But then when I roll on my right side or on my back, it's gone. Lately, I have not been having any heart palpitations, and I have been consistently keeping off of caffeine. So all my coffee is decaf, but once a week I will get a caffeinated drink because I get severe addicted caffeine headaches. And so yeah, I will have that one caffeinated drink, and that is fine. It's in moderation. Once a week, it's okay. And really, Starbucks, this is probably the worst thing I drink. And again, I'm going to be honest, a couple of days ago, because I wasn't drinking so much coffee or anything like that, I did have an orange soda. This was my first soda in a month. October 5th, I did have a root beer because I did a root beer float. And really, when I have soda, it's only because if it's a root beer float, and it's not consistent at all. I can go months and months without ever having a soda. But I was feeling kind of and having a sugar craving, so I wanted a Fanta orange soda. It's okay to have weak moments like that. Just the next day's a new slate, drink more water. And usually I choose between either having whatever size coffee and how much like M&Ms I'm gonna eat or not eat. So I kind of compromise with myself in what sugar treat I'm going to have for the day. I've been severely eating our almonds, which is a big deal for me because I've always hated nuts. I've never liked the texture, anything like that. But almonds I've been pretty been good with. So I have almonds about 30 a day, sometimes 40 to 60 a day if I have them for breakfast and lunch. But almonds are the best nut for you. They're I think the highest in protein, but it's only about 6 to 10 grams of protein, depending how much nuts you eat, which is really unfortunate that all the protein is really essentially in the meat, and so is a whole lot of cholesterol. So I'm still trying to figure out my balance. We'll just slosh tea. We'll just keep doing what I'm doing and see how it goes. So that is that for tea time. I'm sorry if it went pretty long. I don't want to keep doing these long tea time videos, but I'm trying to be as informative and personal with you guys as I can. And hopefully someone is taking something away from this. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what your weight loss struggle and journey is. What are you doing to lose weight? Let's kind of give tips to each other to help one another out. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Again, I have a playlist linked below to the other tea time videos because I feel like if you're going to watch one, you're not going to know the whole story without seeing the others. Thank you so much for watching and for joining me. And remember to love others, but first and foremost, remember to love yourself. Bye!